Thanks to both of you for being with us. Dr. Suarez, if I can begin with you, how did this project get started?
I think, Jeff, the ultimate genesis of a project like this really comes from people like Yana, our students with a good heart and the commitment to make a difference in the world. People who are really engaging in the notion of applying the things that they're learning here at the university and making a difference by translating that knowledge into action. But it is our responsibility, and it has been, to create in our courses the context, the arena, the stage, to allow them to reflect, to allow them to connect with things that they're passionate about. And that's how this project and this team had the opportunity to really connect with something that they felt compelled about, taking action and translating all of the tools, the methods that they've learned here at the Smith School, and apply those to projects that advance a social cause.
So, Yana, tell us about the project and what you're hoping to accomplish with it.
Well, the main goal of our project is to provide an opportunity for children around the world with a higher education. The orphans in Ukraine that we did our pilot program with, the transition period between the time when they leave the orphanage to adulthood and the real world is a very difficult time for them. So we wanted to focus our energies and our efforts into making this transition period an easier time for them. And through our program, we're giving these children a creative outlet through photography to express themselves, to take pictures of what they're interested in. And we post these pictures onto a website along with biographies of the children that took the photos so that people around the world can access them, learn about these children, their life, and hopefully become a sponsor. And currently we're working with UCARE, which is a nonprofit organization, the Ukrainian Children's Aid and Relief Effort, that has a scholarship program that our funds would go towards so that they sponsor students who are in the higher education program in Ukraine.
How did you become aware of the situation?
Well, I'm originally from Ukraine. I was born there. I moved to the United States at the age of 8, and last semester I had the opportunity to present a project idea on something that I was passionate about, and I just started reading more and more about the conditions of orphanages in Ukraine. And I've known several families who've adopted orphans from Ukraine, and just through that and through reading more research about it, it became something that I became interested in wanting to help. And this summer I visited my relatives in Ukraine for a few weeks and had the opportunity to visit several orphanages, and I met with the children and the directors of the orphanage, and this experience just really resonated with me, and I wanted to when I returned to the States, I wanted to share my experience with my peers, and I was able to do so. And that's what the team and I have been doing this semester, is working to bring our vision of wanting to transform these children's lives into action.
And the website is Shutters for Scholars. So shutters like camera shutter, I guess?
Yes, connecting it with the photography aspect of the program.
And it's the number 4, right?
Number 4.
All right. Dr. Suarez, how does this compare? How is this similar or different from other student projects that you're involved with?
It is different in many ways, particularly because typically a corporation identifies a problem or an opportunity, and they reach out to us, and they are looking for a team of students to bring about value to that particular situation that they have already identified. Typically, there's a client who engages in a transaction, hires a team, and then we execute that project. Here, it was a bit different in that it was more proactive. What you had here was not a clear corporate sponsor, but basically a social need. You had a team of people that rallied together to make a difference. You had a group of people that were proactive in finding ways to bring about a better opportunity to these children. So you had a different context. There was not a clear traditional client, even though we can make the case that they had the ultimate client. They had the children of Ukraine, the children of the world, because hopefully this project will expand to other locations in the world. So it's a trade-off between being proactive and reactive, and also not having that clear client that is sponsoring your project.
And before we go, and this question's for either of you, how do you go about growing this and getting traffic to the website and making it come alive?
Well, we've kind of set some future goals for us, and it kind of goes along with the number 4 on our URL, and it's kind of the 4 pillars of the program. We have the scholars, and as Dr. Suarez just said, we want to expand it to other orphans around the world and other countries. We have the photography aspect, and we want to create photography workshops so that children learn really the educational component of why they're taking these photos and learn about their society and themselves through photography, and also providing digital cameras so that every child has his or her own camera. We also have the technology aspect, so we want to provide computers and internet access to these children so that they can upload their own photos and their own profiles. And of course the sponsors, so that we can make this connection through technology and through the internet. And it's really just about getting the word out about our project and marketing it. And we handed out pamphlets at our conference last week, and we're very excited about where this project is going to take us.
All right, Yana Jamorko and Gerald Suarez, thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thank you, Jeff.